Hey.
Lee and Teresa, Stringfield Ridge Farm. We just got back from the Deep South Spring Gathering.
Yep.
And we had a blast.
It was fun. Very fun.
First thing right off the bat, we want to thank Danny and Wanda for putting on this wonderful gathering. We went last year. We have videos of that if you want to go back and watch that. We went last year to the spring gathering and hold on, stop.
Washing machine's taken off. She just shut it down.
Sorry, wash machine. I probably cut this out anyway.
Okay.
We want to thank Danny and Wanda because they put on a wonderful gathering every year that they've done it. This was the third one. There was one in a fall one we didn't go to.
Right.
And then last year's spring gathering we went to.
Right.
And it was really nice. We enjoyed it. It was wonderful. But this year topped it. This year was just a lot more channels. And we went earlier. We went the night before and got to hang out with some people.
Right.
And but we want to thank Danny and Wanda for putting this on. I know it's a lot of hard work, and I know it wears them out. And we really appreciate what they have done to get this together. And we appreciate all that they teach us. We watch their videos and they teach us so much. Danny has so much wisdom about things. Not just gardening, but about gardening and all kinds of life things. He does porch time, which I really enjoy for his life wisdom. And he got up and talked. They had a panel of big YouTube channel homesteaders that talked, and Danny got up and talked, and he ended up just about preaching. And that was really good, and enjoyed that. And so thank them. We thank them very much for what they've done, and hope they have it again next year. So thank you, Danny and Wanda. Also, we want to talk about going down there. We're going to show some clips. I didn't video a whole lot because we were so busy talking to people, and we had a booth.
Right.
And Lee was flint napping. There was so many people there, so many people, and so many channels and people that didn't have channels. And I don't know what the head count was. I'd like to hear that of how many they think came. It was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Anyway, it was a wonderful time, and there was just so much going on. It was hard to get to everybody.
Yeah, it was hard to keep up with everything that was going on.
Yes, it was. And so like we had a booth, so we couldn't get up there and hear everybody talk.
Right.
I got up there and caught some of it off and on. And so I didn't get to video a whole lot. So I'm going to show some clips of what I did get videoed. And so, you know, we had a great time. We met a lot of great people. I wanted to kind of talk about that. Well, we got there the night before at the hotel. And Daryl from Two Family Homestead had set up a live stream of the night before. I guess the whole weekend. He done the night before, and then he done the whole gathering where they were talking, the building where they were talking at. He videoed that, streamed that live the whole time. So if you want to see all of that, you can go to Two Family Homestead. They had a live stream, or they also videoed for Deep South. So Deep South Homestead has a live stream of the speaking part. And so anyway, the night before, we stayed at the hotel and was live streaming, and we met a lot of people there that were staying at that hotel.
Right.
And some even came over from the other places. Some other Kentucky folks, the Stivers Homestead. Right. We've talked to them a lot, met them, and they came over from the campground and hung out at the hotel with us.
Right.
So that was fun meeting them. And
A lot of us went out and ate.
went out to eat.
Went out
Yep.
to eat.
So we had a good time with them. We
Okay.
ate at the Mexican restaurant with them, and that was a hoot. Country Girl and Jamie got to singing, and that was just that was hilarious. They were singing because the food wasn't coming out fast enough, so they started singing "We're So Hungry," and it was just a blast. Now, if we get to naming names, we're gonna miss somebody.
Most definitely.
So there was just so many that we enjoyed meeting, and there was some surprises.
I mean, there was a few of them that was there that hadn't even really started channels yet.
That we're talking about
you know,
starting
that was
channels
fixing to
and things like that.
start channels,
There were
so
some
they was-
people there that didn't even have channels. They were just there
Right.
to hang
They
out and have a
were
good time.
to hang
Subscribers
out.
that were.
Yeah, that were subscribers, but don't have channels that.
Oh, Melissa from Homestead Mama from Full House Homestead. She was there, and she's pretty big, ready to have
Yeah.
a baby. So she was a little bit miserable.
Yeah,
She
I
was there
kinda-
at the hotel, but she was a little bit miserable that night.
Pretty
And,
big's a little understatement.
but-
I actually felt sorry for her.
But I always love meeting her. She's so precious. Oh my gosh, I just love talking to her. And Ben's great.
Yes.
I love talking
Yes.
to Melissa and Ben. They didn't hang out a whole lot at the hotel the night before because
Well,
she was
yeah, I
her
mean,
feet were
she's-
swelling and stuff. But we talked to him the next day some, and I bought some
Right.
products from her. And some big surprises that nobody knew was coming was the Pratt family and the Alderman Farms. They surprised everybody, and it was really nice to meet them. We had met the Aldermans at
Right.
last year at the other one, but we had never met the Pratts. The Pratt family, I get on their live show. They have a live show on Thursday nights, and I get on there and watch them. So it was really exciting to meet them, and they were so sweet. So everybody was so wonderful. It was just a great time.
I actually got to meet Dan from Home in the Stick, and he was. I really enjoyed meeting him, and if y'all have never heard of him, y'all definitely need to check him out. Teresa was really wanting to meet him, but
I missed him. Lee got to
she
talk to
ended
him, and
up
I
getting
missed him.
she ended up missing him somehow in between.
But
all of it.
I watch his channel, and I love his channel. He's so funny.
And
I love it when he says, "Don't let nobody steal your
don't let
shine."
nobody
I
steal
love
your
that.
shine. So, and like I said, that it was really nice to meet him. And Andy, I met him, and
They hung out a
Last
lot. He
year.
liked Andy. They hung out a lot.
and me and Andy, we hit it off last year, so we hung out a lot. And then, well, Friday night during the live show, me and Andy got tagged to have to do one of the segment in the live show together. So
That's on Two Family
and,
Homestead.
Yeah,
Watch
Two
that.
Family Homestead, and then Papa Truck, he ended up coming over and getting in on it. So all three of us is on that live show together, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, he's
That
really
was-
nice too. Papa
Yeah.
Truck's really nice.
Yeah,
and
I like Papa Truck.
And his whole family was there, and his little boy, one of his boys,
yeah.
I can't think of his name, Leland. I think his name is Leland.
Yeah, I think
He
that's-
come and
yeah.
hung out and watched Lee
he hung
flint
out
nap,
over
and he was
watching me and
fascinated
that.
with the flint napping. And he ended up saying he watched Lee for a while, and he ended up. And if you know what he looks like, you will find this funny because he is so Native American. You can tell he's Native American, and he looked at Lee and said, "I have Indian blood in me."
Yeah.
We were like, "No kidding."
Yeah. I was like, really?
It was funny.
So, but,
And
yeah,
he had a good time. And Ben and Melissa's boy hung
Yeah.
out over there a
Yeah,
lot
he-
too.
yeah, they-
Jackson.
yeah,
Ben
they
and
were
Melissa's
hanging out
boy.
together a lot.
Yeah, and they come over and watched Lee Flint nap, and they just loved
Right.
that. A lot of the little kids
So,
did.
Yeah.
And
It was
let's see, VW Farms was there. Roots and Refuge. They all spoke. They were all on a panel
Right.
that spoke, and they are having VW Farms. no, it's VW Family Farm and Roots and Refuge Farm. They are all having a get-together in April 6th. They are having a shindig in Arkansas. And so if you don't know about that, go look on one of their channels and find that. They've talked about it several times on their channels about the shindig. We plan to go to that.
Right.
If nothing comes up, we're going to be there. I don't know that we'll do the flint napping and everything. I'm not sure yet. We would really like to just go hang out and meet people.
Yeah, more than likely we're just going to go hang out. And
we did really good with our table. We had a small table set up, and Lee was flint napping, and we had some of his arrowheads, and we had some homemade soaps and a few cookbooks that I had left of my mom's cookbooks.
You had some paintings.
And some paintings. I sold a couple of paintings. And so we made enough money, which we weren't even expecting to do that because the stuff we had wasn't necessarily homesteading tools.
Right.
Could be if you counted the primitive tools he makes, but and homemade soap. I don't know. It was, but we weren't really expecting to sell a whole lot. We just wanted to set up a table while he was flint napping, and we ended up making enough money to pay for our trip.
Right.
So we were really happy and pleased with that. We made enough money to pay for our hotel and our gas and our food.
Right.
And then I purchased some things from other vendors. So that was all on us. Well, we paid for our trip though. So but it was so much fun, and there was so many that we met. It's hard to just so many. It's hard to name off everybody. So anyway, it was a great time. We were so happy to talk to everybody and meet everybody, and made a lot of new friends, and hopefully a lot of new subscribers. Hopefully, friends that we'll get to talk to more often.
Right.
And that will join our live show
that we're going to start. It's this Friday night, right?
This Friday night.
The 15th, which is March the 15th at 9 p.m. Central.
We're going to do a giveaway for 1,000 subscribers, which is up even further now. I think we're at 1,034 or something now.
We hit the big times.
But so we're going to do a giveaway on our live show, and so come watch that. And one more time, I want to thank Danny and Wanda.
Yes.
They're awesome. They've taught us so much, and I enjoy listening to him. Oh, the other thing I was going to mention was Jess at Roots and Refuge spoke. And Daniel, her friend Daniel, has just released an album, Daniel the Psalmist. And he just released his own album. He went to Nashville and released an album. And he sang. And him and Jess sang together. And she spoke. And she just blew everybody away with her message. She had just a heartwarming message, and I heard a lot of people say that it brought tears to their eyes. And I didn't catch the whole thing. I was down there at the booth, and when I went up, she was just getting finished, and I didn't get to hear the whole thing. But I'm going to go back, like you can too. I'm going to go back and watch Two Families live stream or Deep South's live stream and watch Jess's message. I didn't get to hear it all, but I heard it was wonderful, and I'm going to go back and watch that. So I thank Danny and Wanda.
I thank Danny and Wanda.
Can't wait to go to the shindig. Hopefully we get to go.
Right.
And can't wait to do our live stream. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous about our live stream, but I actually am looking forward to it, but I'm nervous about it at the same time. So y'all come watch us and support us, and thank you.
Like, subscribe, and comment.
Yep.
And God bless.
All right, that's it.
Colin was already out in the barn cleaning the barn.
But at that time, she had that boot on her foot.
You guys didn't clean the barn.
Didn't want to take a chance on her.
So he went out there, and Colin said he got
breaking a hip or something.
All's hanging out at the motel. We're getting ready for the live show. Daryl about to do a live show.
Can I go try it?
I did not. I ran out.
And then it was this pain here that I've got processed.
Lead on.
Okay, the next morning, the morning of the spring gathering, this is Saturday, and everybody's starting to set up their booths in the arena. Not everybody's here yet. I'm not sure how many's coming. We probably have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about 11 booths are set up. Well, including ours is 12. I think they're gonna speak up in the main building starting at 9. So we got vendors setting up still. Here's ours. Let me back off and show our table. Lee's gonna do flint knapping. And we've got arrowheads and soap and cookbooks and my paintings. Some of my paintings back there, my whimsical roosters. That's gonna be my painting theme. There's my sign. 2 family Homestead made for me for my rooster paintings.
We try to do all of that and show people. Like I say, in our place,
These guys are cooking outdoors.
there's more ways to cook than just
Cooking with the Dutch ovens.
and we'll go ahead.
As you can probably tell by my speech, I'm not from this area, but I live in Texas now. But I grew up gardening in cities and in suburbs with my mom and my dad. And we, when I was really little with my dad, we had, chickens and ducks and rabbits and stuff like that. What we never had that I have now in Texas is billions upon billions of ants. And I don't want to use chemicals because I'm growing food there. And I know that ants do some good, but not as many as I have. And behind my property is a big field and a swamp. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but anybody.
Well, they're technically probably imported fire ants.
And there is no help.
They're,
Burn them.
you can put neem oil on the heels and, well, they just move 3 feet and come back. Okay. Well, let's just say if you put neem oil on a hill of ants, they will actually move away a distance. She doesn't know the exact distance, but if you've got a raised bed, for instance, they would leave the raised bed if you put neem oil in it.
Okay, I just bought some of that. Is that gonna hurt my plants though?
Just don't put it right on the plant.
Okay, because I've tried all the other stuff, diatomaceous herbs and molasses and cornmeal and all that stuff.
No, that doesn't work, I can tell you. I've tried
They're
it.
saying baker's yeast too. Daniel, they're
What?
saying baker's yeast
Baker's yeast
around the ground.
on the ground around it.
We found nothing with
I
our.
haven't found anything where, I think they're from hell.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I sort of found that works
Yes, and I've done the boiling water, but it only,
Yeah, they just moved somewhere else.
yeah, their network underground is, and people from up north really don't understand this. I know Mike and Jeannie was at the house yesterday, and I was having to show them what fire ants were. They have such a network underground, they can go up to 16 feet deep. So even a lot of times, you know, you can pour boiling water on it and it gets rid of the mound on the top, but they'll just move over 3 feet and come right back up if you're not careful. And it's really frustrating. They came over here on a shipment of stuff from another country back in the, was it the 30s or something like that? They came over here, and I think they're as far north now as they're starting to get into Tennessee and moving even north of that. I know they're way out west. I know that because I've been out there and seen them. But yeah, skunks do dig in the ant beds. I do know that, but. Skunks, but I'm not sure you really want that.
Okay, so we have a question over here.
Okay.
Hey, we're new to YouTube. We're Golf Mania. I'm a mom of 7. We started YouTube.
Social Mississippi.
Yeah, in Social Mississippi.
Yeah.
Yes.
I recognize.
Yes, sir. We started back in February after our oldest passed away from asthma attack, because this is what she wanted, and we felt God led us to doing this. And
it's all right, sweetheart.
yes, sir. And my husband, he works pretty much like you know, late afternoon, you know, late at night, so like 12 to 10 o'clock at night. And my question is, I'm doing it all too. I'm the one cutting up the siding on our mobile home that we got moved up. I'm the one cutting the fields. And my question is how, we have 6 acres, how do you plan out what you need to do? And how, for mothers, I'm homeschooling now too, how do you do it all? Because it's, sometimes it gets to me, sometimes I can do it, but sometimes I'm like, oh, I can't do this.
Probably baby steps. I mean, if I had to,
Yeah,
if I had to say, don't overwhelm yourself.
Right now we just have dogs and we're working on the garden, so
Yeah, just
Slow, easy,
I always
pace
encourage
yourself.
people to like Tommy. I think it was Tommy that made it. The chickens are the doorway to you know,
Few
to
chickens, a little rabbit. or
few
something.
chickens or something like that to
Something
start
easy.
with. Don't overburden yourself, because that's what we've learned with most people who do things, is they overburden themselves up front and then they have a burnout. Yeah, when you have a burnout, you keep asking yourself the question, why am I doing this? And it really, it becomes discouraging. Yeah. And I'd start off with a few raised beds if that's what you have, or if you just have a small garden plot that you can handle by hand, then that's fine. Do what you can do, but pick stuff that you're going to eat. Don't plant something that you think is just pretty or you think you might like. If you like tomatoes, then plant tomatoes. You know, if you like green beans, then plant green beans. Yeah, well, that's probably smart because we lost a lot of ours, but
Here's the line to get food. Look at there, there's Red Duchess Farm Market. Red Duchess Farm is getting in some food. And there's a long line to get food. Oh, look at all the people I see. I see the Pratt family, Aldermans, VW Farms. Oh, there's Jess and Maya way over here. The Stivers. Who else? There's the Pratts and the Aldermans. Let's see, VW Farms. And there's Melissa from Homestead Mama. And she is talking about her products. There's Melissa and Ben. I bought a few things from them. And y'all go check out Homestead Mama. Full House Homesteaders, Homestead Mama. Starting to wind down now. There's still some people up there in the big building listening to Danny.
you know, both of them hung him on the cross. The one that murdered somebody is no more guilty than the guy who took the roll of black electrical tape. When you stand before him, and you will. Well, I shouldn't say you're going to stand before him, because it says every knee will bow and every tongue will confess. You will fall on your face before him. Am I not right, brother? You will fall on your face before him because of why? Because he's awesome. Do we not realize, you know what the problem in the Western country is today? We don't understand kingship. Do you realize that when Esther, her own husband, if she went before him and he was a king and she did not present herself properly and she did not do it right, she would have her prosecuted, put away, murdered, what are you going to call it, put to death. And it was her own husband. Why? Because he was a king. And kings had total authority. And today we talk of the man upstairs. You know, Jesus is my co-pilot. You know, all these things. I'm telling you, we limit God and we treat him with, we call it reverence. No, we don't even understand what the word reverence means in a Western country. God is omnipotent. He is omnipresent. He is everything. He has always been. He will always be. And I have news for you. You will always be somewhere. Think about that. You had a beginning, but you will never have an end. That's mind-boggling. You had a beginning, but you will never have an end. And that end will be determined only by you. God is not one of these type. He does not push himself on anybody. He gives you a free will. He may lead you and he may guide you, but the ultimate decision will be yours as to where you spend eternity. And I think it's time in this nation that we actually stop and we take a moment and we actually sit and we think about that very fault. Because the honest to God truth is, guys, our days are short. They're very short. We talk about Homestead. But do you know what homesteading really is? Homesteading is just living. It's living the way God intended for us to live. It's not living under the persecution and the thumbnail of a government. Now the Bible does speak about government. It says you are to honor your government. He said, render unto Caesar what's Caesar's. You know, we're to honor the laws in the land because he tells us they're there for your protection. But they're also there if you get out of line. You know, I mean, they're there for that reason. And you're to render unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar simply because you've got to fund it and you've got to pay for it. So, you know, we fret and fuss about paying taxes. I'm no different. The only thing that makes me mad is when I see my tax money used for stuff like what's going on in New York up there. That's when I get upset. Guys, look. It's people like in this building today in small communities, in small congregations of bodies of people. I hate to use the word congregation, but small bodies of people that will make a difference in the world where we live today. I can't do it by myself. Jessica, Daniel, and them, and Maya, they can't do it by themselves. You can't do it by yourself. We're all part of a giant plan by God. I watched Daniel's video the other day where he was streets of New Orleans. I was watching that, brother, where the man was laying there and you give him a cup of coffee, and then you played for him. He wanted you to play, what was it, Rockabye Baby or something like that? And you played it for one of your songs, I think it was, and the guy just fell asleep. To me, that was heart-wrenching, to just, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. I gotta quit. Okay. I know, when God gets a hold of me, I can't quit sometimes. I have to just stop. You know, I'm like Jessica now. You always have to tell me shut up.
This is what I live with every day.
She lives with this all the time. And it doesn't matter where I go, I'm just open, I'm free. I feel like I don't have any boundaries. Well, I do have boundaries, but I mean, I don't have any boundaries as far as speech about God. Let me say that. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. And I know one day I'm going to get in trouble for it because I don't know when to shut up.
Everybody's starting to leave the fairgrounds. Slowly fading out. We are loading our car and about to head out too. We've had a lot of fun, met a lot of new people, talked to a lot of other channels. There's Andy. Hi, Andy.